saying, yeah.
Hey, Queen.
Did I get that right?
Yes, you did.
No signature.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, love. Good to have you.
Good to be here. Thank you so much
I
for having
understand
me.
this is your first time after a very long time.
After a very, very long time, I'm very honored, privileged to be here, excited to be here with the Queen of the Airwaves.
Oh my goodness, thank you.
Such a joy.
Honored. I'm also humbled and I'm honored to actually
you.
also have you with me on the drive. You know, I've seen you grow. I've seen the growth. I've seen all the hard work.
Yes.
We are appreciating the great music and of course, and you babies in the house here. Introducing Tammy's latest album, which is called Bold. Why Bold?
It's a statement. It's a testament of the things that I've been through. It's me coming out and saying I'm unapologetically myself and encouraging the next person to just be themselves. Listen to the message in the music. It's powerful. Where you're not invited, don't go. Keep doing you and keep creating your own table.
You know what? I'm loving that. Where you are not invited, don't go. I think some people think I'm crazy. Really. I'm not a great crasher. Even if I'm not invited, guys, you won't see me there. I'm sorry.
I feel you.
You won't see me. It just goes to show that or you don't see the value of me.
Exactly.
You know, adding to whatever you're gonna do. So you won't find me there. So I'm loving that. I just do myself. So how can people best describe Tammy? What kind of a person is Tammy? Can we say you're a quiet girl or you're that bubbly?
I'm a little bit of both.
Okay.
Very outspoken, but also very reserved at the same time. It depends with who's around me. I'm a fun person. I love a good joke. I can laugh until tomorrow and just have a good time with my friends. Then when it's serious time, I think I'm very assertive. When it's time to do work, it's time to do work. And like I put my mean mug face on to do the things that need to be done.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm loving that. So how long did it take for you to come up with the album Bold?
It's been over a year.
Oh, wow.
Over a year, since last year, October, of just non-stop back and forth with production, with styling, with the videographers, trying to figure out what sound goes for this particular project. What do we want to convey? The message that we want to tell people. Wanwada Kunzwe from Tammy.
I'm loving that you're actually coming through and explaining to everybody that, you know, there's issues of wardrobe, there's issues of people sitting down and saying, what kind of a message are we trying to send to people?
Yeah.
And a lot of people, I think, when they see you out there and you're not singing and they think it's very easy.
I mean, you got to do it with a little bit of like confidence. I think that's what makes people think like this is Shakarongeka, but there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. There's a lot of chaotic, there's order in the chaos somehow. So we make it work.
Order in the chaos.
Yeah.
I'm loving that. All right, so let's talk about some of the collaborations that we're finding on the album. How do they come about, especially the one with Saint Flo? How did you get to a point where you say, you know what, I want Saint Flo on this record?
I mean, I love Saint Flo. I think he's killing it. Absolutely. He's doing his own thing. And like, I'm very deliberate and intentional about Ranwando Shandanawo.
Okay.
So I really looked at Saint Flo. I was like, I love his craft. I loved the way he's just doing himself. And he doesn't apologize for that, which is the whole essence of the whole project. Just to do you. And there's other collaborations on the project as well, but behind the scenes with other artists. I always want to give credit to two of these incredible human beings. Shout out to Delroy Shewe. He wrote some of the songs on the project.
Oh, wow.
And then Ja Praiser wrote the song, Chinono.
Well done, Delroy. You know what? I actually wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
When I listened to Chinono, I just picked it up and I was like, no, man, there's a bit of Ja Praiser there.
Yes. He's
goodness.
110% involved in that production. Even the song that you like, The Road, Delroy is. There's a lot of Delroy all over that. So
well done.
Shout out to them.
Well done, Delroy. I especially love The Road. It speaks to me, and when I hear you singing on that particular track, I can actually feel you. And I can actually feel like you were actually speaking about the road that you're on. And you're just speaking to your fans. And you're saying, guys, you know what? This is our road, but we are in this together. And I'm just loving that about that album. I'm loving it.
Thank you
So when you sing sit down and you decide this is what we want to do, how do you go about looking for somebody who's going to put everything in a picture or in a video? How important is it for you to come up with with a video so that it can be translated to what you want people to understand about the song?
I think the music video or the visual aspect of
Yes.
production tells a story. It's putting a face to the music.
Yeah.
So it's not just about what you're hearing, it's about what you are seeing as well. What message do I want to convey? And I always go for the best of the best. It's excellence or nothing. It's the best or nothing. Otherwise, go hard or go home. So I think, like I said, even with my collaborations, even with music video production, I'm very intentional. I look at who's doing what in their own lane. I look at their strengths as well. So I will give you a task according to what I feel is your strength, and then we work on that. So the different videographers were deliberately put together to convey the story of each song and what it says. So yeah, man. Shout out to the videographers. Shout out to Mordecai, Blue Mordecai, Orange Productions. Shout out to Andy Kata. Shout out to Tao. Shout out to Kimane.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And you know what? I was supposed to come to a listening session. Unfortunately, as you can hear, I had a bad cold.
I feel
so I couldn't come.
I hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, but you know what? The communication.
Yeah.
I was like, I was blown away. I was just blown away. And I was like in awe, and I was like, oh my goodness, Tammy has got a very strong team around her.
Yes.
As an artist, how important is it for you to have a strong team, around you?
I always say this in every interview, teamwork makes the dream work. So it's a matter of specializing and identifying who does what and are they good in that area, because no one man can do the entire job by themselves. So I know I'm an artist, my strength is the singing part of it, but I need songwriters behind me, I need management behind me, I need a stylist behind me, because I gotta look good when I come out. So I think the team is what propels you forward, not just a one man's effort. It's a team of people who come together to deliberately push one's idea or one's vision forward, and I couldn't do it without them. They're brilliant, they're amazing.
Amazing team behind you, Tammy. Amazing guys, well done. Excellent team. And you know what? I always want to ask this question. A lot of people will say Tammy is very pretty, she's a good dancer, and she's very talented. Do you think it's enough? When somebody's an artist, especially when you're a female artist, a lot of people talk a lot. Oh, she's just pretty. That's why people, are listening to her music. Is that enough?
It's not enough. It's not enough, especially for a female creative. Right, you're constantly fighting for a seat at the table. And I think I did say this in the music. I was very deliberate about that. It takes 10 times more the effort as a female, as a young female on top of that, to try and claim space, especially in this industry. So you have to work 10 times harder. You have to look at your male counterparts where he can walk on stage wearing a jean and t-shirt. You gotta show up looking like $1 million, 10 times more than that. Because this industry, unfortunately, is very male dominated, so you constantly have to fight for your place as a female. But I'm not complaining. I'll keep doing what I do.
All right, so like you've just spoken of the music industry, where if you're a female artist, you have to work 10 times more than your male counterparts. What do you think we can do for us to probably have a little bit of balance?
I think I'd be lying to say there'll ever be a point where there's balance. I think
you don't have any hope.
Someone's got to pioneer, and shout out to all the females who've paved the way. Shout out to you for paving the way, like you were saying earlier on, for so many who are coming after you, and for those who came before you. It's a matter of play your part and hope for the best for the next generation. Impart that knowledge onto the next generation, and just keep doing better until one day, hopefully, we get there.
All right, so you know what? There are a lot of other female artists in the industry. Is there a lot of fighting? Is there a lot of piffing? The way that
I think naturally so. It's the music industry in itself is a competitive space. So you can imagine the ratio of 1 to 5, 1 female to 5 males. And there's many females trying to be that one female. But I think the conversation has changed over time. There's a lot of collaboration happening now. There's a lot of working together, because we realize, like, if we don't come together, so I think, we have to collaborate a lot more. Yes, there is a little bit of tension naturally so. In any workspace, in any industry, there'll always be that. But I think there's a lot more of love and collaborating happening now than before.
Yeah, I did tell you that I came across, a post just yesterday of an individual, people on X, comparing you to Shashil, who is better and all that stuff. How are you able to handle such situations if you come across that? And how do you feel about that? Let's open up. Let's be honest about it. Because sometimes, yes, you do find, they might not be talking about me, but I see some posts, some guy probably saying, "Hey, who's a better presenter?" And I'm just like, but why? Why do you need to do that? Why do we need to compare? That's why we're different. That's why you're called Tammy. Yeah. That is why she's called Shashil.
It's true. I mean, enough respect to Shashil and what she's doing in her own right. I don't really pay attention to what the next person is doing, because I do believe I can only outdo myself, and I can only focus on getting better at my craft and outdoing my last body of work. So I don't really pay attention to it. I think it's just a matter of preference. Hapana muna nokwanza ufadza munhu wese. If it's not you that they would like the next person. And that's just something you have to be okay with.
Yeah.
Focus on your craft. Focus on the road that you chose.
The road. That's why it's my favorite. Ladies and gentlemen, for those who've just joined us, welcome me to my top 5 at 5. I've got the beautiful, the talented Tammy Moyo. Show her some love. Come through on our WhatsApp platform 0712-831-172. I'm sure that most of you guys have got questions that you might want to ask her. Please feel free to come through, pose those questions, and we will ask her. We'll be back just after these messages.
All your music in one place.
I'd be choking.
Who says closed doors mean closed services? Not at Stewart Bank. Our branches might be taking a little break, but our digital channels remain functional 24/7. Whether you're lounging home or on the move this holiday, your finances are just a click away. The power of your money is right on your fingertips with 263#, the Square app, Zim Switch, and Visa cards. Make payments, send love, and sprinkle some magic and some love this Heroes holiday from wherever you are. Do you need to make that urgent cash withdrawal after hours? Our Smart Steward Bank ATMs are your service 24/7, waiting at Eastgate, Avondale, Mutare, Bulawayo, and Gweru. You can withdraw funds from your Visa and Zoom Switch card anytime you need that extra cash, Lala. Need to make a cash deposit over the holidays? No need to wait for after the holiday. You can now conveniently deposit cash into your Steward Bank account using any of our Smart Steward Bank ATMs. Steward Bank, everyday banking for everyday people.
When it's football you want, get it all on DSTV. All the leagues, all the cups, all the matches live. Because when it comes to football, we've got it all day, all night. No matter what package you're on, you're always going to get football on DSTV.
We're live.
Ah, okay. Alright, yay.
You might not be live on radio, but you're live.
Oh, people can see us. Okay, fooling around and everything. Cool. I want Bordeaux. Oh, there's a song that you did with XQ, Rude Moto.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm actually seeing it right here.
It's a very old song.
Yeah, which is actually a good thing, because today's I'm a throwback. Just play it just a little bit and then we get back to the interview.
Okay.
It'd be nice. Just to reminisce.
He's your social media guy, right?
Yeah.
Sure?
I don't know where I put your number.
No, man, you need to teach me a bit of dances. Where's the camera so that we add a little bit of spice to...
Yeah, you guys can dance.
Where exactly? Which part?
Anyway, just move the camera.
Alright, my name... Will not tell me what to... Yeah, let's go. Alright, so teach me your moves, whichever moves that you want us to do.
That side towards the chair.
Go towards the chair.
There you go.
Okay.
keep it cute. I'll keep it cute for today.
All right, going back
I
live.
didn't want to be too hard on you.
This kind of way say you get it. She needs a real man, handsome, can I know handsome? What be a
25 minutes before 6 hour time right here on the drive. Those who are just joining us, welcome into it. My top 5 at 5. And we've just given you guys a golden oldie. I'm a throwback. And oh my goodness. We're just dancing with Tammy because I know that she's very talented in that area as well. So I wanted her to show me a few moves. Hey, you can't compare us. Oh my
Just those two moves.
I'm just joking. I love to dance as well, so it's really great. And guys, we're also live on the Power FM YouTube channel. Okay, so subscribe so that you can know whatever we're gonna be doing each and every time that we have a special guest in the studio. 24 minutes before 6 hour time, I did say come through on our WhatsApp platform and show her some love. And seeing somebody coming through and saying, you know, Sisi. Killing it with Chiweda, DJ on the production. Fish, you work with Hopefully. I did ask you a question that you have a particular, you know, producer that you work with.
No, I work with a vast group of producers. Like I said, people who are skilled in their own right, because there's many genres. You want to explore, you want to do different things.
Very true.
So you obviously have to explore, and it's a mixed bag of different talented producers. On this particular project, I worked with Rodney Beats.
Okay.
I worked with Wayne Beats. I worked with Levels.
Okay.
It's a really long list. I worked with Jeremiah Spirit Fingers as well. I worked with Pablo.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the entire list, and they're all just gifted and incredible at what they do. Rodney did the better half of the project, and it was a lot of back and forth, him putting up with a lot of changes, because I'm very particular about my work, but I think he killed it, absolutely killed it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So you said you're very particular about that your work. Where do you get it from? Are you getting it from your mom or from your dad?
I think a little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Yes, I think greatness comes in the finer detail. It comes in minute detail. So you got to pay attention to. That's the difference between something that's good and that's great. It's the small detail.
All right, wonderful. And this is seeing somebody coming through and saying, "Hi, Haji, I've heard Tammy sing even when she was in primary school. Yes. She was in the main church choir, and I won't forget the day that she did a collab with Pastor G at City Sports.
Yes.
I think she was around 11 or 12 years old, but it was very powerful. So you see, you've got a fan since you were very young, actually.
Day one.
Oh my goodness. So, you know, she's saying, keep on keeping on, Tammy. You're always going to be a star. Go back, girls and boys, Pachi Town.
Thank you.
Is this correct?
Yes.
It actually happened.
Yes, it's
oh
true.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
It's true.
Oh my goodness. That's wonderful to hear. I've also got somebody coming through and saying, I really like Tammy. Her song Chinono is really good. Keep it up, dear. You are doing good. Don't listen to those comparing you to Shasho. Comparison doesn't matter. Just be you. Amaichi Venga in Butiriro 1. Her voice is just wild since coming from Ethan in Lombosha.
Thank you.
So much love just coming in for you. Just so much love.
Thank you.
So, you know, Bold is that album for 2024.
2024.
Wow. You know what? The album is out. It's hot. It's a masterpiece. What else can we expect from Tammy? I remember reading somewhere you were part of a production crew. You have acted.
Yes.
Do you think that you might
Continue? Obviously. I mean, I'm an artist in every right of that word. And so I believe like in exploring and challenging your artistry constantly for growth. Like you can't stay in the same place and call yourself an artist. You have to evolve. You have to grow. So I do look forward to doing more productions. I did go on a show some years ago. I did very well, got us awards away from Zim in the US and a lot of film festivals it was showing as well. So shout out to everybody who was on that production. I look forward to the next one and the next one. It's all in the pipeline. And you know, when I have something to give you guys, I'll always say.
How was that for you? That part you played? Was it cheaper? Sarah,
Yes.
how did you prepare for that? I think a lot of people just think sometimes, having a role in a film is just, hey, Tammy, get in there, do whatever. What did you do to prepare yourself for that role?
I had to live, breathe, eat like Sarah. I had to bring this character to life. And so, takatoenda kumusha, takatoenda kukona the show,
wow.
and we were there like waking up early in the morning, just mixing and mingling with the locals there as well, having conversation with them, seeing how they do their day-to-day things, and just becoming a part of that community and that culture, and learning their values and their value system there, and how you can interact with the next person, and just it was a strong sense of community. And shout out to my director Sydney Taibabashe, because he made sure he was giving me the notes, he was correcting me, he was teaching me, he was 110% involved with each and every character, and he was there for us, and he made sure that we learned our lines and we really got into character. So it took a lot out of us. It was a whole year of production, so it was tough.
I really like the fact that you had to get into character. Is it the same when you go on stage?
I think when I'm on stage, I completely zone out.
Oh my goodness! So are you saying there's another person that's not Tammy who goes on stage?
So. I think so. Like, I feel at ease. I feel like I'm on a throne of some sort, and it feels really good.
You don't get nervous?
I do. A whole lot.
Well,
I do.
Well, people think maybe you don't get nervous when they see you looking all confident and looking all bold.
No, I think I'm confident because I trust in the people who are there with me. So I can tell you this is a secret. I think I'm probably the weakest link in the group.
Oh, really?
When it comes to stage work, I'm probably the weakest link in the group. I think my team 110% dedicated to carrying me through every performance.
Wow.
They know where I'm strong. They know where I'm not strong. So you never ever tell the difference because they carry me through that entire process. So shout out to my dancers, my music director. Shout out to even the instrumentalists. Like,
oh wow,
it's
that
teamwork.
is what makes a team you
Yeah.
work, because they cover up some of your
Yes.
your weaknesses.
They do.
Oh my goodness, I'm loving that. All right, with this new album coming out, there's a lot going on. You spoke about Saint Flo. Which other artists do you think, they're really bringing it?
There's a whole array of people who are just killing it in their own right. I think you're asking about people who are just doing what they're doing out
Yes,
there, right?
just doing what they're doing.
There's
Your
too
own
many
personal
of them.
opinion.
Okay, everybody
artists,
I've ever worked
males,
with.
female artists that you feel like, you know what, this particular person is really just doing their thing.
Okay, I've got a long list, but I'll try to
Okay.
mention each and every one. Shout out to JP, shout out to Winky D, shout out to Takura, XQ, shout out to Natio, shout out to Holy Ten, shout out to Saint Flo, shout out to Volts JT, shout out to Baga, shout out to Bling 4, shout out to Kiki, shout out to Philly, shout out to, it's a long list, man. Shout out to Takle, shout out to Master H. I think he's
on fire right
super
now.
dope. Shout out to Winnie President. I love him a lot.
Okay.
I do. Shout out to Shinso Man as well. I think we did a song together recently, and I think he's just a joy to be around. He's such good energy.
Yeah, he has.
Very, very good energy. Shout out to a lot of people who came before us. Shout out to Sunny Magalima. Shout out to Pauline. Shout out to Magdi, the producer. Oh man, the list is so long. Shout out to Mabel Madondo, my friend.
It's just the diplomacy. They always on the woman.
No.
Diplomacy. No,
Shout out to Janet, my new one. Shout out to Minister Mahindere. Everybody who's killing it in their own right. I mean, I have so much respect for artists because people don't see what goes on behind the scenes. It's a lot of sacrifice. It's a lot of time. And I think people have this perception that when you're an artist, in studio 30 minutes, but it's a whole process.
Very true.
a
When
whole
we come
process.
back, and most of the artists that you've spoken about, they're artists, yes, that are doing great, but they're artists now that have, cemented themselves. Aren't they new artists that you feel good? You know what? There's so much potential, but right now not probably getting enough airplay. after
Okay.
these messages, all right? After these messages.
Nandi nyaya inogona kufadza kana omwe yako wanga wanzwa ere nezveka1 kubva kuinbox ndikutaura kuti ndeka1 ka1 pamwedzi unogona kuita matransactions ako ese inbox ukuhlanganisa nokuthatha imali kumbe ukuyitumela kana kutenga
So in case I might miss something that you want to convey, please let me know.
Please mention that this album is number 1 on the iTunes World Chart.
No, I'll ask you
Play.
and sign
Just
up.
let it take by yourself. Boldly.
$1 pamwedzi. Inbox. The
And just
future
push
of
people
money.
to go and
This
stream.
excludes IMTT and
If you want a phrase better than I love you, try the English Premier League, which is back. Shinojitangi Zakare Wembley battle as the Manchester rivals, Manchester United and Manchester City, kick off on the new Premier League season by battling it for the Community Shield honours this Saturday, 10 August at 4 p.m. The match is available on SuperSport Blitz Channel 220, available to all DSTV customers on all packages. Reconnect and stay connected to watch this game and more live. And we are back with the lovely Tammy Moyo at 14 minutes before 6 hour time. Shout out to Tammy there, Tinochi Wai. I love you, Tammy Moyo. So much keeping, so much. Keep winning, Queen. Thank you so much for your love. Is this Empress Lucini and there's always a right time and right moment for these things, my love. Much love, Tammy. Love your work ethic and energy. This one's coming from Taps. Is listening to you all the way from Canada.
Hey, Taps.
Yeah. Hansi Tam is my favorite. Hansi, kuma 3:03. Hansi, Drive Time Radio in session right now. I can't wait for my crush Tammy Moyo. That was his very first message to the CEO. Oh my goodness. My favorite artist, I love you. I love your album, My Gel. My angel, your voice made me feel some goosebumps. It's coming from Pride Virum in Chivu. Tammy, yeah. This is Scudi and I'm a huge fan. I'm loving the new album, Tammy Nation. Tammy is my role model since coming from Taliwa at birth. And I've seen I'm seeing even in Nombo Shama, her voice is just wow. Thank you so much. So Tammy, the new album is now out, Bold. How is it performing? Is it doing as expected?
This album is a true testament of what happens when you work hard. Shout out to everybody who was involved in the production. And because of that, we are sitting at number 1.
Oh my goodness!
On the iTunes
Oh my
World
goodness! Well done! iTunes number 1.
World Chart.
Oh my goodness, how do you feel?
I cried. I think there's a video of me crying on Instagram. It's my first number 1 on the world chart, and the feeling is I can't even describe it. It's just beautiful. It's a moment of every tear, every sweat that I've ever experienced. It was all worth it. Everything was worth it. Every moment of frustration, every feeling where I felt like I needed to give up, it was worth it.
Well done, love.
Thank you.
Well done, well done, well
Thank
done.
you.
Number 1. Oh man, that's so special. After all that hard work.
Thank you so much.
You know what? So I had time I was looking for my controversy or something that happened to you at him. I couldn't find anything. How are you managing to stay out of controversies, to balance your work and your life? how is that working out for you? How are you managing to do that? I tried to dig deep though, and I only got one, which is I'm gonna ask about. That was obvunza zvangu kuti makazopedzera naye mambozombotaurirana naye ndakanombosangana na Holy 10 so ndakazomboziva kuti pane pemakangozotaudzanawo here. But so far I've seen nothing, I've heard nothing.
I mean, shout out to my parents. They're a very supportive group of people, just always giving me advice.
After these messages, Tammy, after these messages.
When it's football you want, get it all on DSTV. All the leagues, all the cups, all the matches live. Because when it comes to football, we've got it all day, all night. No matter what package you're on, you're always going to get football on DSTV, your home of entertainment.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, with the lovely Tammy Moyo, and she is on my top 5 at 5 on the drive. So you were speaking about your parents,
Yes.
and how your parents are being very supportive. As very strict.
Yeah, very strict.
Oh my goodness!
They are.
Oh my goodness!
They are my pillar of strength. As strict as they are, they're my shield, my pillar of strength. They are always guiding me.
They don't want nonsense.
They don't like that.
So that means you're a very good girl.
No.
You're not a good girl. You're a bad girl.
I'm in between. Havana artists are good. I don't think
Oh my goodness. Havana artists are very good, but you know what? Well done, keep it up. And of course, the Holy 10 issue. And how did you feel? I mean, like, I know that we have our own opinions of the next artist, but I just feel sometimes keep it to yourself. You know?
Like I said, this is showbiz at the end of the day. So
Yeah.
it came as a surprise, but like I said, I have a cool relationship with him. I look at him as a good friend. I think he's skilled at what he does. I have much respect for his work, and every interaction we've ever had has been very respectful of each other. Wherever it is that we meet, we're quite okay. We're cool.
You're cool now.
Yeah.
Now.
We've always been.
No, guys, you know, she's saying they're cool. There's no problem, nothing at all. So do you see yourself in the future probably having a collaboration with Holy 10?
Definitely. I think his talent is undeniable. There's no denying how gifted he is. And I'm always, like I was saying, looking for people who are great at what they do to come together and let's work and make some magic.
Who else are you itching to have a collaboration with? You know?
Everybody I mentioned earlier on, they're all on my wish list.
Because it seems like you have had quite a number of people that you've collaborated with.
Yeah.
You've just collaborated with Saint Flo,
Yes,
Man.
yes.
You've also collaborated with Jack
Fraser.
Who else? I stand being corrected. Master H.
Master H.
Aishan. A whole number
Natty
of
O.
people. Natty
cute.
O. I've noticed that there are some artists who don't want to collaborate because they feel like, you know, they're out there. If I collaborate with this artist, then I know my fans, how important is it, you know, for you to be collaborating with other artists?
Very, very important. There's enough room. There is enough space for each and every one of us to shine. And
True.
I'm sure I can learn a lot from what it is that you do, and you can learn one or two things from what I do. And music has no confines. It has no boundaries. Like, explore, be diverse in whatever it is that you do. Hear other sounds, infuse other sounds. This is artistry. You're not confined to one genre. So I believe there's power in collaboration. And yes, I'm putting it out there. I hope that I can collaborate one day with Baba Shero.
Oh my goodness! Well, I like my Teso.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
And, you know, regionally, is there anyone else that you're probably, you know, eyeing and saying, you know what, I wouldn't mind having a collaboration with this person regionally or even internationally? Remember, the sky's the limit. Believe in yourself, my love.
Sky's the limit. I have a list. I absolutely love Tiwa Savage. I hope that we can work together one day. I absolutely love Victoria Monet. I love Chris Brown. I love Beyonce.
I don't know if you've noticed something. There's now some trend where international artists are now coming down
collaborating.
to Africa.
Yes.
And collaborating. And,
yes.
And you never know, Lala.
You never know.
You never know. You might, yeah.
It will happen. I believe it will happen.
Oh my goodness! So you've just told us that the Bold album is sitting on #1 right now. Hey, you've just told us how you feel, and for those who've been supporting you, Tammy, and for those who are holding you down, your parents, the management team, everybody around you, what would you want to say? I've actually asked this question because so I wanted to just ask, but you can actually express yourself.
Yeah. I think for those who've been part of my journey, it hasn't been easy, but I thank you for your endless support. I thank you for rallying behind me when there was not much going on, and now when there's a lot going on. I value your loyalty. I value your support. Continue to stream the music. Continue to share the music. Let people experience this beautiful body of work that you are a part of just as much as I sang, but it's our story to share. And I'm so thankful for each and every one of you. And in Murambe Mchiti supporter, I really, really appreciate it, and I'm so grateful. Thank you very much.
All right, so obviously we wouldn't let you go without singing something for us. Obviously, I just asked you earlier on if you have a favorite track from the album, and you did tell me, but I'm not sure if that's the song that you're gonna sing for us.
Oh my goodness.
So it's up to you. Which song would you love to sing for us? Before you go, we just
will
want to
you play the song?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I'll play the song for you. Which one do you want?
It's called Kwatoyenda.
Kwatoyenda.
Yeah.
All right, let me just look for it, and then you sing there. But we just want to say thank you so much for coming through. You are a star. We are here to support you all the way. We believe in your talent. We believe in you, and we love how you just own yourself. You are a great role model for our kids, for our for our young sisters. Keep on keeping on, my love. I just believe the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit, and ignore all the noise. All that is just noise. Ladies and gentlemen, Tammy Moyo on my top 5 at 5. Thank you. We love you. Keep doing you, my love. And of course, we are walking away with one called Kwatoyenda, Tammy Moyo on the drive, my top 5. We love you guys. Mwah. Thank you. Thank you for always making us your #1 choice. The name's Chili. Yes, go, baby. Let's go.
Thank you.
Let's go, baby. I'm just gonna dance. Yeah.
Here we go. Say. Hati force tikaona jijineta jamano funga aiwa isuto jitenda big move getting money getting paper jiri simple kwatodiwa kwatina sheto titiende kuna invitation kusina music kungwe CNN yeah kwatina sheto titiende kuna invitation kusina music